Many people love hiking up in the mountains. These landscapes are undeniably beautiful, and reaching the summit can be a real adventure. Is there really any better way to spend some time in the great outdoors? Yet the mountains can also be extremely dangerous. There's a risk of falling from great heights, and the higher the elevation means the air becomes colder and thinner. Not to mention, there are some dangerous critters living up there, from bears and mountain lions to venomous spiders and snakes. So when a trio of dogs became trapped high up in the mountains, it was critical that they be rescued as soon as possible. Yet the terrain wouldn't make it easy. There's no question that dogs and humans were practically made for each other. After all, there's nothing that makes a pup happier than being welcomed into a new forever home to become part of a family. One of the most important things to remember about dogs is that they're domesticated animals. Though they're more tame and trainable than their cousins out in the wild, domestication comes with its downsides. Specifically, it means that dogs actually can't survive for long without humans if they get caught in the wilderness alone. If they spend too much time in the wilderness without shelter, medical care, or a consistent source of food and water, they're in deep trouble. Luckily, as was the case with 3 pups lost in the mountains, people are always willing to do everything they can to help. The hardworking animal rescuers at Los Angeles-based Hope for Paws frequently receive all sorts of calls for help, but few were as harrowing as the one that took place nearly 8,000 feet above sea level. When the head of the organization, Eldad Hagar, and a few of his fellow volunteers heard word of 3 stranded dogs in Wrightwood, California, they didn't hesitate. Given the harsh conditions, they knew that they needed to act right away. Other teams of rescuers had been trying for a week to rescue the dogs from the mountain without any success. And time was running out. The unforgiving landscape was just the beginning of their troubles. All 3 dogs, who were sisters, had been trapped on the mountainside for at least 1 week, and possibly many more. Not only that, but as the Hope for Paws team would soon learn, they weren't particularly receptive to efforts to rescue them. With temperatures hovering around just 20 degrees, the rescuers didn't have much time. It was already a dire situation. But if they didn't complete their mission very soon, it was only going to get worse for these pups. Thankfully, they had a clever trick up their sleeve. You're definitely not going to want to miss seeing how this rescue attempt played out. It took a lot of hard work and a lot of trust on the part of the dogs, but Hope for Paws wasn't about to give up so easily.